Alex, I'm on.
Yo! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! I love you, Doran, but it's time to listen to these guys.
We're back with the final dev update of 2024. Today is November 8th. We just wanted to give you a warning. We will be talking about Arcane spoilers in our first section. So if you haven't finished the finale, skip to the time on the screen.
Okay, spoiler disclaimer out of the way. Let's take a moment to talk about Arcane. It's been such an amazing journey to watch the story play out. And like many of you, we're sad it's over. But don't worry, we do still have a few more things in store on the game side. When we got started on Season 1, we got to watch the champions in Arcane live out stories we'd already seen or knew a little bit of. Or in some cases, we got to really flesh out the backstory.
Oh my gosh, Chad, I'm so excited. We can talk about the new season. And I have my food here. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Oh, yo, I'm so happy right now. It's sushi. And then it's this. Yeah, I'm eating sushi because I didn't know what to eat. And I feel pretty good after sushi.
For season 2,
I don't feel like
doing
the food
something
is heavy.
similar for Victor.
And I wanna stream for another 4 or 5 hours, so.
Tomorrow, you'll see his update hit PBE.
We're not pulling a Gangplank and disabling him because he's dead.
Well, hold on. I think you're onto something with killing.
That was very long time ago.
Other characters. Okay.
Anyway, we wanted to better represent his evolved, powered-up form we saw on Arcane, and the personality that goes along with it. Victor's update is primarily focused on updating his visuals, audio, and backstory. We want to showcase the striking evolution and changes you just saw him go through in the show. So we're going to keep the gameplay you know and love, with a slight change to his ultimate. The ult will still function largely the way it does now, but it'll get bigger with every kill until the ult is over. We wanted to mirror the feeling from Arcane where he manifests a massive...
What? That's broken! Why do they always make champions broken when they reward them?
...storm that consumes everything around him.
We also updated all of Victor's skins. We do want to point out that because of the updates to Prototype Victor, his price will be increasing from 520 RP to 750 RP. If you want to get him at the cheaper price, make sure you get it before his updates go live. All right, that's it for the Arcane spoilers. So right now, we'll hand things over to Steph and Chad to talk about seasons.
Wait, which one is a Chad? This guy on the right is a Chad?
Hey everyone, I'm Chad, aka
No, we are not.
I'm the seasons lead on League of Legends.
And I'm Steph, aka 100-piece nuggets, or the cosmetics lead.
In the last dev update, Medler and Pabra mentioned we're introducing thematic seasons. So today, we're here to talk more about what a season is.
Actually, the guy looks a bit like a Chad.
And what the experience is going to be like
He's
both
buffed.
on and off the Rift.
Over the years, we fleshed out the world and regions of Runeterra, as well as various alternate universes like Star Guardian, High Noon, or Darkstar. We've highlighted these worlds in moments like summer events or narrative drops around champion releases. Now we want to take that immersion further with our new seasons.
So next year, we're going to have 3 seasons, each...
I'm sorry, how does this guy
further with our new seasons?
Has such a clean face? His face is glowing. I don't know his skin, like, I don't know his routine in skincare, or I don't know what kind of things he did, but his face is glowing. It looks so nice. It's glass skin. His face looks so nice. It's a makeup, really? Bro, I feel like it's his skincare, not his makeup. But his eyes, because he has like very bluish eyes, kinda, like light blue, gray even. I feel like he's staring into my soul.
We're gonna have 3 seasons, each
but
around
his skincare routine must be
we're
crazy.
Gonna follow champions around different regions.
Okay, season structure. Season 1, Act 1, 2, Season 2, Act 1, 2, Season 3, Act 1, 3, 2, and then they move on. So there will be 3 seasons, which sucks. I hate it. I really don't like 3 seasons in 1 year. I think it sucks because there's so many bad players. But maybe if they are sticking to it, the player base is actually good and healthy because technically they are sticking to it. There must be a reason. And I want to see the teams
of Runeterra. Each one is going to have its own theme, but we're going to have an overarching narrative that connects them throughout 2025.
And each season's theme will be the anchor for most of the content going into the game as well.
In the past, we've had these big releases like Swarm or Spirit of Hearthhome. They're super memorable and fun, but they're also not connected to a larger integrated moment. And in seasons, we want everything to connect together. That means things like gameplay updates, modes, mini games, and champions will mainly have a strong tie to the season's theme.
We'll have a bunch of skins that celebrate that seasonal theme,
skins,
but we'll also continue to invest in a wide variety of skin lines that are unrelated to the season as well. So expect to see cosmetics celebrating Lunar Revel or things like bees.
Ultimately, our goal is to immerse you in the parts of the world that we're visiting from the moment you open the client to the moment you see the victory screen and everything in between. So enough tiptoeing around it.
Yeah, show me.
That you want to know what season 1 is.
Show me!
So for our first ever season, we are headed to the land of strength and domination.
Noxus!
Hey everyone, I'm Riot Froxon, lead
Oh!
gameplay designer.
I love Riot Froxon, he's
And
always
I'm Riot
here.
Oberon, project lead of
Hey,
the Summoners
Chris.
Rift team. Next year, when you step onto the Rift, it'll look a little bit different than you're used to. We want seasons to be a way you can immerse yourself in League, especially once you load onto the Rift. So we have a preview of some of the updates you can expect in Season 1 of 2025.
We're headed to everyone's favorite region of fierce fighters,
They did it.
cloak and dagger magic, and strength.
They did it.
Above all, prepare to be decimated.
I just cringed. With all the respect.
Beyond
He
the
did it on
Noxian
purpose.
invasion of the map, we've also made some gameplay improvements and changes for next year.
First, it wouldn't be a new season without an overhaul to the item system.
No, it wouldn't be a new season without the overhaul to the jungler role, as you do every single year.
Just kidding. But there are some Noxian-themed boot upgrades, but it's not as simple as picking them up from the shop. In fact, they come along with a new mechanic,
Okay.
Feats of Strength.
Okay.
There are 3 objectives that your team can claim throughout the game. First Blood, First Tower, and first 3 epic jungle monsters.
Okay.
If your team is the first to complete 2 of these 3 objectives, so for example, First Blood and First
How do they count grabs? I guess the team that gets 2 counts as the team that got it.
Tower, your tier 2 boots will transform into new versions with slightly better stats. You'll also get access to powerful Noxus-themed boots, which you can purchase as a final upgrade.
Okay.
We want feats
By
of
the way,
strength
this is
to
something that happened with AD Carry before. You could upgrade the Berserker Greaves into Zephyr, and the boots wouldn't actually get that many stats, and they were very cost inefficient, but you could use the extra gold in late game. So this could be a fine idea. That being said, it seems like they increased the snowballing by making the boots stronger if you get early game leads, but they moved Baron into a later stage of the game. They didn't say it yet, but the rumors must be true, because there will be a new objective.
celebrate early game successes without immediately snowballing the game out of control.
And maybe
We're
the boots will
experimenting
not
with
actually
different
change
types
that
of
much
power
anyway.
progression to see how it feels for a reward in the early game to open up more choices in the late game.
We're also introducing Nexus turret respawning. An incredibly frustrating experience is just winning a late game teamfight only to lose your Nexus turrets. You kept the game alive, but at what cost? Now it feels like your team is doomed to hang around in your base for another 200 years, babysitting an open Nexus. To give your team a better chance at coming back from these situations, your Nexus turrets will now respawn after a set time once they're destroyed.
I like this idea. Okay, first of all, they're actually nerfing the bows. I'm not even joking. They're actually nerfing the bows. They are nerfing the bows, but I like this idea because right now, if you lose towers to split push, you are so doomed. But now if the towers can grow back, so to speak, then you can actually still play the game. I love this change. I love this change. I think it's so good. And the map looks sick as well.
Now, your team can rally for an epic comeback without having to worry about a backdoor cast in.
Wait, they brought back the clip from, 2013, where the Kassadin backdoored the Nexus, Expeke throwback.
We're also adding some new minor runes to rebalance some of the vision-related options in the domination tree. Sixth Sense,
What is that?
Grizzly Memento.
Can you talk about what they do?
As well as a new addition to the sorcery tree called Axiom Arcanist, which makes ultimates more powerful. We also couldn't resist changing Axiom Arcanist, which makes ultimates more
Ultimate more powerful like what? What kind of more powerful would be ultimate be for example, Smolder that does damage? And what kind of more powerful ultimate would it be for Renata that doesn't actually do damage? I guess it increases attack speed or something. Or maybe it's just cooldown reduction, but we already have Ultimate Hunter. What about Karthus using Axiom Arcanist? Isn't this just fucking GG? Also, they didn't talk about any of the runes they mentioned, they just showcased
We're
them.
also
But
adding some new minor runes to rebalance some of the vision-related options in the domination tree.
wait, is the Sixth Sense? Oh, it procs, maybe 6 cents gives you, like, if you are spotted by a ward, you automatically land or something.
Grizzly Memento.
And this, I don't know, Grizzly Memento, and then he just kills Lux. I don't get it.
And Deep Ward.
And Deep Ward looks like wards have 4 HP and not 3 HP. Why? I don't understand as well. The wards have more HP than before. Is this the Memento
As
thing,
well as a
or-
new addition to the sorcery tree called Axiom Arcanist, which makes ultimates more powerful.
Let them explain.
We also couldn't resist changing items just a little bit.
They don't.
So we're adding some small
They
scope
don't.
adjustments to tank items and adding a new item called Bloodletter's Curse. Well, new-ish. It'll look familiar if you've spent time in Arena. But if you haven't, Bloodletter's Curse reduces the target's magic resistance from repeated spell hits, which is sort of like an AP version of Black Cleaver.
Cool.
Finally,
cool.
let's dig into the biggest update of the season, Otacon, Bringer of Ruin. The new epic jungle monster is drawn to death and destruction. He will spawn only once at 20 minutes on either the top or bottom side of the map, whichever side has seen the most champion damage and kills by 14 minutes.
Okay.
To signal where he'll make his entrance, Otacon's arena will spawn, adding new permanent walls to that side of the map. Otacon's dark influence will also cause blood roses to grow periodically in the areas where champions have been killed. More death means more roses.
That's crazy, actually. What the fuck?
Blood roses drop bloody petals for your entire team, which stack any number of times and last through the entire game. For each petal collected, your whole team gains a small experience.
Your
and power
whole
boost.
team?
So if you see one, grab it.
What? That's OP!
Otacon has two forms.
But it's gonna
Ruinous
be OP.
and Voracious.
Wow. That's
Higher
fucking
action
sick.
games spawn Ruinous Otacon, who you might want to fight up close and personal to avoid his constricting rings of damage, which creates the perfect chance for an ace and a steal. Killing Ruinous Otacon grants bloody petals to the team who kills him and spawns a grove of blood roses in the area for anyone to collect.
That's
Voracious Otacon spawns in lower action games. He does less damage to his enemies, but as his name implies, is hungrier. As his health gets lower, he gets an increasingly more powerful drain ability based on missing health.
That's Field 6W.
The team who takes down Voracious Otacon gets a one-time rebirth buff, similar to Guardian Angel.
Okay, so you only get
So now
J if
you
you
really have a reason to force that team fight.
We're introducing Otacon for a
Kinda.
couple of reasons. First, unless you're T1, a 20-minute Baron is pretty tough to get. So we're moving Baron's spawn back to 25 minutes and providing another mid-game macro option
He's
in the
right.
form of Otacon.
He's right.
Second, based on how Otacon plays out each game, we hope to see more different and interesting game states in both mid and late game. And we feel that designing an objective whose spawn location, form, and rewards are decided by how you play should make each game of League feel more varied.
Our goal is for every gameplay change to make League better. As we move to seasons, this remains the same, so these changes were designed for the long term.
Okay.
That said, we'll keep an eye on how they're landing and make adjustments if needed. But for now, Otacon and all the other updates are here to stay for good. We can't wait to see how these go as you start your climbs next year.
As part of building seasons, we took a look at how rewards would be part of the overall seasonal experience. That led us to updating our reward systems. That means things like event passes, champion mastery, honor rewards, etc. We felt that this was a great time to address some problems that have built up. We're going to dive into those details, so bear with us.
First, over the years, these systems have become needlessly complex. With an excessive number of currencies,
What is this
unnecessary
accent?
steps to craft and claim rewards,
Is this an
overlapping
American?
loot types, we could go on.
Is this
We've
an
been given some
Australian accent?
key fragments that
Blokes?
you have to then craft into a key that you pair with a chest, that you open up to get another key in a chest and some essence that you open up to get a skin shard that you pair some orange essence or reroll to eventually get a random skin. That sort of level of unnecessary complexity going on.
Secondly, those systems are all scattered
Yeah.
throughout the client. What you can earn, how and where you track it, etc. sucks. And third, events and the rewards being only sometimes available make some moments less rewarding to play League.
So, here are some of the changes we're making.
Okay.
There will always be a battle pass active, with both a free and a paid track, with the price the same as an event pass today. You'll get pass rewards through the tracks, meaning
That's
we're
same,
removing the
no?
event tokens and shop.
There will
okay.
be 2 passes per season, with them tying into each season's thematic. That
Okay.
means most of the rewards will reflect what's going on in and around the
2
game.
passes
and
per
fewer
season.
random rewards.
2 passes
We'll
per
have the same
season.
number of
That's
passes.
6 passes every year at least.
Per year at 6,
And
with a
even
longer
shop is
average
gone.
duration per pass.
We're also moving most of our scattered reward systems to the free track of those battle passes.
Well, I hope they will
So,
make a
most
really good
rewards will now
series
be in
out of
one
all the
place,
money they will earn.
with systems like honor and champion mastery feeding into the pass. For example, having a high honor level will give bonus to pass experience earned.
You can earn 12 skins per year with the free pass. Half of these skins will be themed to the season you unlock them in. We'll also be simplifying the loot and crafting system. Orbs will always be available, so Masterwork chests, for example, will get phased out.
Wait, is 12 a lot or not a lot? Because remember that right now you can also earn free skins. You just need to open the chests. A lot? Not a lot. Hey, but 12 skin is free. We are not talking about a paid one. 12 skins for free. I think it's okay.
Since they serve such a similar purpose. Overall, we want the pass to be the core vessel for how you track and earn rewards. If you choose to buy the paid version, we also want it to be very clear what you're getting and how to make the most of it.
Now, these elements have a ton of moving parts to them. There's a lot more details than what we've talked about just here. We'll cover that all in the dev blog that's out right now.
Oh.
Switching gears a bit, I want to talk about another change for next year that isn't quite tied to seasons, but instead by feedback from all of you. Ranked resets. These have been a topic of a lot of conversation in recent years, particularly when it comes to feelings around how often you want to restart your climbs, how fast a climb should be, what feels rewarding versus what feels like a grind, etc.
Post-jump.
And looking back, we don't think 12 resets a year has been the right call for League. So, we're moving to 6 per year.
No.
Okay, just kidding. Please, put down the pitchforks.
Oh my god, I was
Going
about
back
to
one
punch my
large reset
screen!
at the start of each year, with no additional resets during the year.
Rank system tuning in terms of the size of the January
once?
reset, the
Wait, he
number
just
of
said
the
once,
games to
right?
climb
One
on
time.
average, and other systems will be similar to the numbers we
Let's
used
fucking
back in
go!
2022.
Big
and before.
win!
That said,
Riot with
there
the
will
wins!
still be 3 Victoria skins you can earn, 1 for each season. If you want to earn each skin, you will need to win 15 ranked games during
No,
that
not
season.
6.
Again, though, neither your visible rank nor your MMR will reset except in January.
Next up, we want to chat about a potential replacement for quick play
God bless
that we'll
you
be trying
guys,
in
God
some
bless
regions.
you.
It's called Swift Play, and it's meant to be a lower stakes experience than Summoner's Rift.
Swift
So,
play?
with more strategic elements than you'd find in, for example, ARAM.
Okay.
You'll still have the same core elements that you'd expect to find in a game of Summoner's Rift. You know, farming, snowballing, team fighting for objectives, etc.
New map?
But with added changes to keep all players more competitive, like ramping gold and XP as the game goes on. Those changes won't make it so you can suddenly jump ahead of your opponent if you're 0 and 10, but they will make it so that even if you're down, you're never completely out of the game.
The fact that Swift Play is also less punishing when behind should also make the mode ideal for those of you looking to play with friends you wouldn't be willing to put your LP on the line for. As mentioned, Swift Play will be rolling out in January to replace Quick Play in select regions. So we hope
Okay,
you'll
so
give it a
Swift
try.
play is gonna be the same thing as quick play, but it's just gonna be like for zoomers, you know what I mean? So you will get like more gold and XP as the game progresses, so the game is just gonna be faster. But it's still gonna be Summoner's Rift.
And let us know what you think when it hits live. We also have a blog dropping today with more details, so be sure to check that out. And last, but hopefully not least, we've got some changes coming to the practice
I mean,
tour.
Aussie sounds
Over the
pretty
years,
okay.
you've-
Just turbo mode in League of Legends. So you just get, you know, quicker, like ARAM level of golden XP in Summoner's Rift. More casual.
Told us that it's a useful but somewhat limited way to get better at League. The most common desire we've seen people bring up is to practice with other players, whether it's in one-on-one duels with a friend.
Wait,
or
don't
on
tell
a
me.
full team
Wait,
fight
don't
drill
tell
with
me they're
pre-made
actually making. Sorry, guys, for pausing.
team.
Multiplayer practice
wasn't
tool.
built with multiplayer in mind. And we've had some cautions about how League could be a lot less fun if the optimal way to get better is to spend almost all your time in practice tool rather than playing real games. But we do think we've likely been too cautious here. So we're going to be giving multiplayer practice tool a try. You should see that on the PvE soon. It's an experimental feature, and we'll probably encounter an interesting
Insane.
range of bugs.
Insane.
That said, though, we're looking into whether we can ship it as part of season start in January.
Finally,
If it's
practice
not
tool.
on track, we'll give you an update
For
as to where
everybody.
it's up to.
Before we wrap up, one last seasons thing. We'll be changing up how we name patches to match seasons. So instead of patch 15.1 coming out in January, it'll be patch 25.s1.1, calling out the year, season.
What the fuck? That's so dumb. Just make it season 15. What do you mean 25.s1.1? Like, please, there's no freaking way, right? He must be joking right now. Tell me you're joking, cuh.
And patch number. Season 2 will then kick off in patch 25.s2.1. You get the idea.
Okay, so 25 is the year, and then, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's fine.
That is it from us today. The next time you hear from us will be in January, at the start of the season. We'll be back then to share some extra stuff that'll come out later in Season 1. We do want to acknowledge, though, that we've covered most of the big changes that you'll see day 1 next year. That said, still got a few surprises left.
And of course, we'll have the cinematic to kick things off.
Yeah!
To no one's surprise, we can confirm that it's also going to focus a lot on Noxus and Noxian champions. But that's all we can share.
Oh my god,
We hope
chills!
you all have a great December,
Chills!
great holiday season.
Chills! I wanna see the runes. Feats of Strength. First Blood, First Tower, First Epic Jungle Monsters, Drakes, Heralds, any 3 Void Grabs. Upon one team completing 2 of 3 above feats, they will win the contest and will receive the Blessing of Noxus buff. This buff will immediately grant a small bonus to any tier 2 boots belonging to players on the feat winning team. This is retroactive, so if you already have tier 2 boots when you get feats, you'll get bonus immediately. If you buy them later, they also get a bonus, so don't worry about changing up when you buy boots to get this buff. But that's not all you get for winning. After completing 2 legendary items, a player on the feat winning team can spend gold to upgrade their boots to tier 3, which grants another small stat bonus and unique effect depending on which boots you upgraded. Here's an example of what boots upgrades look like using plated steel caps. Free tier 2 boots bonus plus 5 armor. Okay, guys, this is like really whatever. This is really whatever. You get 5 armor for winning the game. This is not gonna increase snowballing by any means. You need tier 2 shoes and you get 5 armor. I mean, really. Tier 3 upgrade. Costs 750 gold, but provides plus 5 armor, plus 5 band speed, and a new unique passive that, after taking physical damage from champions, grants the owner a physical shield for 10% of their maximum health for 5 seconds. That sounds fucking good, though. Because of the unique passive. The stats itself is whatever, but the unique passive sounds pretty good. Each pair of boots will come with their own unique upgrade, so this shoe store has something for everyone. Even Cassiopeia will get an upgrade for winning feasts. Even if snakes can wear boots. They didn't forget about Cassio. We added feats to give players a fun, satisfying reward for getting an advantage in the early game. Hey, I think that's cope. It's very cope, guys. Don't get baited. Don't get baited into throwing early game because your boots will give you 5 more armor or like 2 more penetration. Or I don't know, 2% more attack speed or 5% more attack speed. You don't want to throw your early game away for this. Respawning Nexus Towers. Next up, we have a more straightforward change. Nexus Towers respawning, just like inhibitors. Nexus Towers will not respawn at full health a set amount of time after being destroyed. When they respawn, they'll have the same properties, good as new. They didn't say for how long, though. I guess this is a subject to change, right? If they feel like it's gonna be too short, then they will buff it, and so on. Respawning Nexus Towers runes. Okay, I wanna see the new runes. Now, for Deep Ward, 6th Sense, and Grisly... Okay, Axiom Arcanis will buff your ultimate ability damage, healing, or shielding, and refund you some cooldown on takedowns. It will be replacing Nullifying Orb and is intended to be a caster's best friend. We wanted to add a rune that appealed to the caster fantasy that has a clearly defined user base that can compete with Mana Flow Band for those who use it well as a more interesting choice for players as they load into the games. Sounds good, no? Now for Deep Ward, 6th Sense, and Grisly Mementos. Deep Ward makes stealth wards that you place in the enemy jungle deep, granting them plus 1 HP and last 30 to 45 seconds longer. Increase to 120 seconds for yellow trinket stealth wards. Beginning at level 11, stealth wards that you place in river will also be considered deep and grant respective bonuses. That's fucking OP. That is such a split pusher buff. Such a big split pusher buff. 6th Sense automatically tracks a nearby enemy ward if you cannot already see track it. If you are a melee champion, it will have a 300 second cooldown with a 360 second cooldown for ranged users. Beginning at level 11, this rune will not only track the enemy ward, but it will also reveal it for 10 seconds, giving you a chance to take it out. That's OP as well. That sounds like if your enemy top laner uses a ward, you know where it is and you can actually gank. Last up, we have Grisly Mementos, which grants an infinitely stacking 5 trinket ability haste upon champion takedowns. In modes where this doesn't make sense, like ARAM, the user will gain 3 ultimate ability haste instead. This is OP. This is OP. This has to be nerfed. This is OP for solo queue. You will see every pike running Grisly Mementos. If every pike gets like 10 kills, you get 10 trinket ability haste bonus. Your trinkets have no cooldown. I think it's gonna be reduced to 4 or to 3. It's gonna start with 5, but it's gonna be nerfed. I'm already telling you this is gonna be nerfed. I don't know how long they are gonna take it. It's gonna take them to nerf it, but this is gonna be nerfed, guys. This is just gonna be nerfed. Deep Ward 6 times and Grease Mentos will be replacing Eyeball Collector, Zombie Ward, Ghost Poro, with the goal of creating more Zombie Ward is removed. That's a really big change for some champions, like Pyke actually. While it isn't a sweeping overhaul of the runes, like anytime we touch the system and our rune selection to be interesting part of the pre-game preparation. Teleport has gotten more power. Oh, wait, they wanna talk about TP? Teleport has gotten more powerful as player skill and knowledge have increased over time. It doesn't have a clear weakness since the winning player in lane uses it to push their advantage and the losing player relies on it as a fallback. While Bob also benefits from the ability to move across the map within seconds. In the current state, Teleport significantly still fights the action in lanes through its low cost reset button, while we think more of its power should be in later uses that provide map impact and benefit solo lane influence. To accomplish this, Teleport will no longer instantly blink the champion after its channel. Now they will instead visually travel across the map, with Teleport moving slower and Unleash Teleport moving much quicker. This new mechanic allows us to tune how effective Teleport is at returning in lane in a way that doesn't feel as bad as nerfing its channel duration or range, while also ensuring it's still appropriately powerful later on. Wait, I don't understand. Now that early Teleport has a long travel time, we're reintroducing its early capability to target wards and minions, as there's more time to react to an upcoming Teleport. In addition, home guards will now kick in from the beginning of the game, although in a weaker state before 14 minutes. This is intended to reduce the difference in time it takes between walking back to lane and teleporting, so early game pacing still feels reasonable, whether one takes teleport or not. A 4-second blink didn't give us much room to specify a target what we wanted to nerf about teleport, and this change should put in a healthier spot while long-term setting us up to balance the game around it not being an impact too early. Ideally, laning place should be reasonable whenever it takes... Wait, but like how does it... TP is like hex portals. It's a hex gate now. Wait, but does that mean that if you TP super far, it's gonna just take forever to travel or what? That's the point. So it's a hex gate. So teleport is a hex gate now. I don't know if I like that change. I really don't know if I like that change. That sounds weird. Really weird.